record on this computer. Okay, cool. Now I'm recording. So I'm just going to give it a couple more moments just because I want to allow those that are logging in just to have enough time to actually get into the webinar today. And this is going to be recorded. Like I just mentioned right now, this is going to be recorded. So you guys are going to be able to watch it also on the replay. So if you're participating in this webinar, I'll send it over to you guys just so you guys get a context of what this little step is, because I pivot to this strategy a lot whenever it is, again, that I want to find opportunities and properties. And again, this is going to be something that's going to help you to attract more buyers. It's going to help you to get buyers in escrow. It's also going to help you to get more listings. It's going to help you to work with investors and even developers, because one of the things that developers want is, you know, properties with a bigger lot. Sometimes they want to knock those things down. And so, you know, we have the most powerful tools at our fingertips, but we just have to learn how to utilize it. So just I'm going to give it another minute. That way we can allow those people to enter the webinar. And it's 11:02, so we're good on time. So how's everybody doing this morning, by the way? Thank you guys for being here. How's everybody doing? How's your week so far? It is Wednesday. We're almost done with July, I think, right? Or wait, yeah, we're in July. Yeah, we're in July. I'm like, wait, are we in August or are we on September? I don't even know what day it is. What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. So let me see. I got somebody texting me. How do they get on the webinar? Let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on one second. All right, guys, just hang tight. Thank you, guys. All right, I just sent out the link to somebody. Webinar link here. Drop it in the WhatsApp group. All right, cool. So yeah, it's 11:03, guys. So just hang tight. Hang tight. We're almost there. We're almost there. Boom, boom, boom. All righty. So I'm just going to get started. So whoever doesn't see this like right away, it's going to get it on the replay, and I'll send it out to them when they request it. But for those of you that were early, and for those of you that are here now, thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate your time. I know time is the most valuable asset that we have, and I don't take that for granted. I'm going to make sure that I bring you guys tremendous amount of value. And my intention, because I start everything with an intention whenever I start anything, today is, you will learn how to identify opportunities for your customers using a simple process that will empower you to take more listing, represent more buyers, and find deals for your investors. So that's the intention of this webinar. And for those of you that know me, you guys know that I do everything with an intention. Even before I pick up a call, when I speak to somebody, before I do a post, whatever the case is, I started off with an intention, because the intention is going to create the actual webinar, and the intention is going to be your formula for success. And it's not limited to a webinar. This is, again, if you want to have better results with conversations and conversion or anything, make sure you take a pause and you create an intention for yourself, and ask yourself, like, what is it that I want to get through in this conversation? What kind of results do I want to produce? Focus on that, and then you can pick up the phone and make the phone call. I guarantee it, you're going to have a much different way of communicating when you create an intention first. So this is going to be like, I'm going to also start off with a question, right? Have you ever lost a customer because of lack of inventory? I know a lot of you guys are right now. Everybody's like, oh my God, there's multiple offers on everything. There's $20,000, $30,000 above asking price, $50,000 above asking price, removing contingencies, paying over the appraised value. I mean, it's pretty crazy out there, because obviously a lot of people are afraid because of COVID, and a lot of people have taken properties off market. So with this strategy, you're going to be learning, again, how to get those opportunities to your fingertips. So, you know, I just recreated the question, but yeah, it's just about, have you ever lost a client? And I know you guys have. I know I've lost clients before I knew how to do this. I remember that people would get cold feet, or they'll get unmotivated. And sometimes, honestly, I will tell you, some people are not going to be realistic. So one of the things that I do, and I do encourage you to do as well, is that when you have a customer, find out if there's anything out there that even exists in the criteria and in the price range that they're looking for. And what I do is I usually look at properties that sold in the last 90 days of, like, if I have a customer that says, hey, I want a property at 500,000 with a pool in this area. So if I don't see anything available, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the past sales in the last 90 days, and I'm going to find out, has there been a pool home that sold under 500 grand with the pool? If the answer is no, I'm going to tell the client, you know what, your criteria doesn't exist at 500, but it does exist at 550. Are you okay with going up to 550, 600, whatever the price is? And if the answer is no, then I'm going to ask them if there's a possibility, obviously, to get a co-signer. And if they don't, then the next thing that we're going to do is that we're going to try to migrate them over to the next city, right? Because a lot of the times people have, obviously, they have a dream and they have a goal, but what actually is reality, it's much different. So you got to get people realistic as well. You got to be honest with them, because if you're not honest with them and you're not giving them the real information, they're going to go talk to an agent that is going to give them the actual information, and you're going to potentially lose that client as well. Because I've also encountered agents all the time that are like, oh my God, I've been working with this guy for months and there's nothing available. Well, I mean, like, it's pretty easy. All you got to do is look for properties that actually had sold. And if the answer is no, there's nothing that's sold, you need to pivot to another area or increase the price point. If those two things are not happening, I wouldn't invest more time with that client, because your time is more valuable, and it's going to be more valued if you spend it, you know, with a customer that is a little bit more realistic. So what kind of tools will you need to make this happen? And believe it or not, this is how simple it is. You need the MLS. You need fastpeoplesearch.com. That's a website that I use a lot, so make sure you say that, fastpeoplesearch.com. And you need a buyer, a seller, or an investor. That's literally all you're going to need, right? I'm not going to, you know, I was telling you, that's why I created the post the way I created it. I'm like, you're not going to have to buy a new system. You already have everything. But this little process I created for myself out of desperate need to find properties. So how are you going to find them? And the first thing, if you have a buyer right now or a seller, whatever it is, and you have their criteria, ask them, have you seen anything that you like that has sold in the last 6 months? And I want you to ask that customer for the address, right? I want you to ask them for the address. Hey, Mr. Jerry, it's Leo. Have you seen anything that you've actually liked, that if it still existed today, you would make an offer? Oh yeah, you know what? I saw a property a month ago, or the property that we made a bid on, that one was perfect. So I want you to just get that address of that property. That's going to be the first step. And this is like, I'll just give you guys a little role play scenario. I mean, if you guys need this, I mean, a couple of you guys I know in here already know how to have these kind of conversations, but just in case, this is like a role play scenario, right? So Mr. and Miss Seller, the only thing is stopping you from signing with me today, this would be for a listing, right? Is that you're not seeing any active homes that meet your criteria, right? Well, I have a solution, Mr. and Miss Seller. Have you seen at least one home that's sold in the last 6 months that if it would be available today, would you buy, right? So again, get that address from that seller as well, because this is going to help you to secure the listing. I do this at a listing presentation because part of the listing presentation is that as an advisor, we're talking to them about their next move. You know, if they're going to be finding a replacement, a lot of the times they're concerned that they're not going to be able to find what they're looking for. So what I do is I pull up properties on the spot on the MLS about what they're looking for. And obviously if the properties exist, that's great. But what if there's only like one search? There might be concern. So I tell them, like, look, I have a strategy where I can help you to find a model match of that property, the one that's in escrow that you love. I'm gonna reverse engineer on the MLS, and I'm gonna find you model matches that are gonna be exactly what you're looking for. So that's one scenario. You can screenshot that as well, or you can just get this on the replay. And this is another scenario, scenario number 2. Mr. and Ms. Buyer, you are having a challenge seeing a home that you really love. And you mentioned you have a couple of agents also looking. Everyone has already shown you everything on the MLS, right? So will you work with an agent that finds you a home, right? Like, so you're basically going to tell them, like, you're going to bring additional value than just the average agent out there, because, you know, there's a lot of clients that are just clicking on ads on Facebook or on Zillow or anything, and they're shopping around. So if you have this kind of conversation, this is also going to help you to stand apart as a professional, as an advisor, and somebody that's going to bring value, which is going to help you to secure the client. So what if I told you I had access to homes that are exactly what you're looking for? And again, ask them for that address. Very, very simple, guys. And then role play number 3, Mr. You know, this could be for an investor. Are you looking for a small 2-bedroom, 1-bath with a big lot? There's nothing available, right? Because I see this happening all the time. You have an investor that wants to buy a property, let's just say in Arcadia, Monrovia, Los Angeles, and there is a development. You know, there's a lot of places where they have like the RD 1.5s, where you can build a unit every 1,500 square feet. So if you find a lot that's 6,000 square feet, that means you could put 4 units. So for an investor, they would love those kind of opportunities. So what if you looked on the MLS, and I'm going to show you how, for those kind of properties that are identical, that are not on the market, but that have sold in the past, then you can identify those opportunities, and then now have an opportunity, obviously, to bring value to the investor, and then it's going to get you a lot more listings as well. So it's by reverse engineering the MLS. So here's the process. So you're going to need the sold address and price, right? So if you have, let's just say, a client that gave you the address, you're going to need to know what it's sold for, or what it's in escrow for, and then the address, right? And number 2, you're going to go back to the MLS and search for homes that sold in the last 10 years. And I'm going to actually go through it on the MLS right now. So just in case you're kind of wondering, like, oh my God, how do you do this? I'm going to take so if one of you guys have an address, actually go ahead and put that address in the search, and I mean, not in the search, in the chat section here. That way I can actually do it with the real scenario, right? So if you have a client right now that you're having a challenge finding a property, I will do it for you right now so you can see how easy it is. So you're going to go back 10 years. You're going to plug in the square footage of 100 square feet above and 100 square feet under, just like you would like a comp, but you're going to be looking at the past on the MLS. You want to plug in bedrooms, baths, square footage, lot size, year built, and then obviously any other specific criteria. They might be looking for something with a pool, something that's a single story, something that's a 2-story. So you are also going to use that in the MLS search. And then you're going to look, within a mile. Sometimes you're going to want to reduce it even further, because somebody might tell you, I'm only looking in this subdivision. So you can actually draw it out, in the MLS and actually get that. And then you're going to want to deduct anywhere from 20 to 30% of the retail of the home value. So if your client is approved for 500, for example, you're going to want to deduct 20 to 30% from that value. That way you can target owners that have equity. And that means that you can go straight to that owner and get them an offer right now at 500,000. So everybody with me so far? Everything good? And if you guys could do me a favor and drop in an address if you guys have one, because I'm gonna actually go ahead and put this to work on the spot right now. So let me see here. Let me go ahead and look. There is a couple of you guys here in the webinar. So I'm talking to you guys. I'm not talking to anyone else. So if you guys could just type in an address, it could be anybody, anywhere, like an address of a sold property or something that went into escrow that your clients loved, but you don't have access to it anymore. Can anybody pull that address up really quick, just so I can play with the real scenario and you guys can see that I can do this on the spot? And if you guys don't type anything out, I'm just gonna go ahead. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Pleasanton, California. I think that, let me see. I don't know that area, but let's see, let's try it out. I don't know if my MLS has the search out there. Hopefully I have the information for Pleasanton. I don't know that area, to be honest. Hold on a second. So I would like to get an address that's local to my area. Obviously, you could do this in your area after you see how I do it. But let me just pull up Pleasanton. Where is Pleasanton actually? So that sounds like it's. Anybody else? Can you guys drop in an address? Just so I have a second option. I'll try to do it with this one. Yeah, this is close to San Ramon by our area. It's okay, cool. So we got that. So that's like about 5 hours away from me, which is cool. So I'm going to try that address if you guys don't give me another one, and I'm going to attempt to do that as well. And then I'll run another scenario, but let's just play with this one. Okay, cool. It's in California at least, so that I can work with that. Boom, boom, boom. I got another one here in Running Springs. It's a little bit further out too. I guess I can use that one. Cool, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let me go ahead and try this one. So you guys can see my screen, right? This is my MLS, you guys see it? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the realist tax, because this is going to show me the tax records for the property so I can get the criteria and I can get the information that I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and put this property on Pleasanton first. Let's see if I can pull up the information. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. So it's loading right now. So there you go. So you got this one. This one looks like it. Okay, cool. So this is a property that sold in 2015. So this is not a recent sale unless I don't have access to this, but this does not look like it's a recent sale. So I need an address of a recent sale or something that's in escrow because this property does not show that it is sold. Sorry, I just joined. What are you looking for? I just need an address. I need an address of a property that's sold in the last 90 days because you guys are here because you guys are looking for, okay, cool. There we go. We got one on Shelby. Let's see this one. Pending in escrow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see this one. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and punch in this property in Rancho Cucamonga. Hopefully this one is a better one here. Just so we can play, because that's the thing. It's like if we need to find something like as a model match, right? We're looking at finding model matches to what your clients are looking for. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so what's going on with the Shelby address? Hold on, let me just pull it up on the MLS. So maybe it's on here. 7331 Shelby in Rancho Cucamonga. Okay, so this one on Shelby, boom, boom. Let's see, unit 22. Okay, yeah, this one's in escrow. Here it is. Okay, perfect. So we got one. And thank you guys. I got the other addresses. I can work with another one, but let's just work with this one right now. So let's just say you had a client that said, man, this was my everything. I wanted this house. You know, it's 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths, it's 1696 square feet. It's built in 2004. It's immaculate. Like, man, I wish I had a property just like this. I would make an offer, you know, at 472, 500,000. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take that address here. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to open up another tab of MLS. And my MLS is already defaulted to active, pending, and closed. So that's what you want to do. You want to do active, pending, and under contract, and close. And the last, actually, sorry, you want to deduct that. I'm actually running comps. No. So you're going to want to put 1/1/20, 2000. Let's just go back all the way to 2000, actually the year 2000. And then we're going to put 1/1/2018. Doesn't matter. Like, because I'm actually going to put a price in here. So I'm going to put, you know, almost like 18 years back. So we know that this is a condo. So I'm going to type in condo. I'm also going to punch in that address in here in Rancho Cucamonga to make sure that I have the right search, right? So here, I'm going to pull up the area. Okay, I can see all the properties in here. And this looks like it's in the side of the freeway. So if my client wanted something specifically on this side of the freeway, what I'll do as well is that I'm going to basically narrow it down just to like that little track to see. Let's hopefully we got some more options in here. So I'm going to delete this other shape. Okay, you guys are with me so far. So there's properties right there in that little track. Great. So now we also know that this is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1696 square feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the criteria, and I'm going to go to 1,500 square feet to 1,799. I'm going to go to 3-bedroom plus, and then I'm going to go to 2-bath plus. Let me see something else. It's 1,600 square feet, built in 2004. That's pretty. So you see how this property is sold for $472. Now we're going to deduct the 30% off, right? Which would be basically $141,000. So we're going to go 472 minus 141. So I'm going to look for properties right now that have sold under 320,000. So I'm going to go to one under 320. And what this is going to do is that it's going to give us, you see how it says 24? So it gives us 24 options. So now look at the results. Check out, these are all off-market opportunities for you guys. Look at this. You see this? Okay, you guys, if you guys can see this, these are 24 model matches to what your clients wanted. So you got 24 model matches. So again, Shelby Place, 472, and look at what they bought it for. They got this one for 218, 220, 229, 230, 232. So again, you could utilize it as a listing appointment, say, look, Mr. Client, I have all of these off-market listings. I'm going to help you to get in front of these, right? So you got 24 opportunities for you to create a door knocking strategy or a phone strategy. And I'm going to show you how to get their phone numbers. But again, this is really powerful, and you can use this with any address, but you could see these are all the same. Look at the square footage. So that means, what am I going to do? My pitch is going to be this. If I can go and contact any of these owners, and I could tell them like, hey, I can get you an offer right now at 472. Look, and you go contact this guy on unit 29, offer him 472. This one on unit 17, offer him 472. This one on unit 149. Every single one of these guys can get an offer for 472, right? So are you guys with me? You guys get this? Is this good so far? But what you're doing is that you're just utilizing the data that you have on the MLS, and you're just reverse engineering the MLS. So let's just say we're looking at this property on Shelby, for example, on unit 29. This is, again, a property that sold in the past, so I can kind of see it. But I mean, obviously it's not going to look like this. This one sold in 2012. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take this address, and then I'm going to use Fast People Search. I'm actually going to look at who the owner is. Hold on a second. Boom, boom, boom. So the owner is Flynn. It looks like it just says Flynn. The owner is Flynn. Okay, cool. All right, cool here. Okay, so the owner, I guess it just says Flynn. Usually it has a first name and last name. So we're just gonna say, okay, cool, the owner's name is Flynn. Okay, cool, we're gonna work with that. So I'm gonna go to Fast People Search, and what you could do with Fast People Search is punch in the actual address. So what I'm gonna do here on Fast People Search, and this is free, by the way, you don't have to pay for this. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna put unit 29, I'm gonna paste it. Rancho Cucamonga, free search. Hopefully there's some information. Okay, you didn't get an address. All right. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm using Fast People Search to try to get the phone number for the owner here on Shelby Place, which sounds like it's Mr. or Miss Flynn. So this is not going to work 100% of the time. So if I don't have a phone number for this particular client, then I can go ahead and mail him or her and something in the mail, or I can door knock this person and say, hey, I got an offer for 472. So you could door knock or you could mail. Fast People Search will get you phone numbers most of the time. But let's just say, okay, we didn't get a phone number with this guy. So let's look at the next one. So I want to show you guys how it works. All right, cool. So now I'm going to go to the next Shelby address. I'm going to go to unit 17. So I'm going to use Fast People Search again. I'm going to go to unit 17 here. Let's see if that works. Okay, there's nothing there. But let me actually look at who the homeowner is. So This is the other thing you could do. If you don't find it that way, you can also look at, that's why I usually like a first name and a last name. So let me go ahead and click on that. So this is on a trust. It says Lee Melody Trust. So I can also use Fast People Search and do this. I can also search by name. And I'm gonna put Lee Melody. And then I'm gonna type in Rancho Cucamonga. And looks like Lee Melody. There's one in Carlsbad, but they also, this might be the owner. Actually, look, it shows unit 17. So this shows Lee Melody. It shows the unit in there because it looks like this might be a rental of some sort. But you see Lee Melody, she lives in Carlsbad. This might be an investment. There's her phone number. You guys got that? So you guys know what I just did, right? Like I try to use the address to get the phone number, but then what I did is I just searched the name, and this fastpeoplesearch.com just gave you the phone number. So you guys can call up this person and say, hey, Miss Lee, I think you own a property here on Shelby Place in Rancho Cucamonga. I got a buyer for you that's willing to make an offer at $472,000. Are you interested in selling it? And obviously, you know, you could make an offer at 472 because you got a comp. This one just is an escrow at 472 in 8 days. So are you guys with me so far? Do you guys get this? Hold on a second. I think there's some questions, or those are just joined. Okay, no, there's no questions. I think that was just the previous, that was another address. Okay, cool. So you guys can do the same thing with the next thing. So that's another one right there. So let's just see if we can do another one with the unit number. So this is another great property, 270. Again, I can make, this guy can make 200,000 right now by selling. So I can go and let me see if I can find him. This one doesn't have a tax record for some reason. So let me go to the unit 92. Let me do that one. Boom, boom, boom. This is a very simple thing. So if you guys were expecting some rocket science stuff, probably not that, but you guys can see, I like to keep everything very, very simple. Would you guys agree that this would be a great way for you guys to find some opportunities off market? Is this powerful for you guys? All right, cool. So look, let me look at this one. This is unit 79. Okay, so Walter Overholt. This one is on unit 79. So let me go ahead and use Fast People Search. Again, I'm gonna go to search. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get his information. So Overholt Helena. So I'm gonna punch that in here. Rancho Cucamonga. There it is. You got, she's 56 years old, and look at all the phone numbers. So what does that mean to you guys? You guys have a list. I mean, this is just one example, but this is a list of 24 opportunities for you to go after and tell them you got an offer for 472, right? Every single one of these guys, you can make an offer for 472. And this applies to any address, right? I just did this for one address, but you guys can use this for any address. But any questions so far? I got some more stuff to share, but any questions so far, or do you guys want me to run another scenario? But what do you guys think so far about what I just shared? I know it's very simple, but I think a lot of people are not doing this. I mean, this creates 3 opportunities. Again, you could mail to them. You could email to them if you have an email. You could also door knock, or you can just call them on the phone. I think there's a question. Somebody raised their hand. Cool, hold on a second. Let me see how I can get your question. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty, I'm good. I understand now. Okay, great, perfect. So no question, Andre. Thank you so much for typing away. So I know it's very simple, but I think that's what it is. Like you got. Like what it is like you want to give people like answers on the spot. So if I'm in front of a listing opportunity, I'm going to show them the fact that I'm a resourceful agent, right? This is going to help you to set yourself apart from the competition because you're going to be able to bring your client off market opportunities. And again, these are 24 opportunities. And this is probably the other thing that you guys are thinking about. Well, what if I contact one of these guys and, you know, my client doesn't like the house and the one doesn't want to make an offer? Well, you just got a listing. right? So regardless of it, if you're getting a hold of people, this is going to help you to get listing opportunities. So if you have pre-approved buyers that you're sitting on, I would encourage you to go through each one, like every single one of your buyers, and do this off-market strategy, because this is going to help you to earn 2 commissions instead of 1. You're going to be able to double end this sale if they agree to sell it. If not, you can just get a listing, and that seller might also be a buyer, right? So that's what I really want you guys to focus on. That the fact of the matter is that any way you want to look at it, this is going to be abundance in every direction. So Mr. Paul, you got an address here on Alhambra. Let me see. Let me punch that in. All right, cool. How far back? So the sold, you can go back 10, 15 years. It really is not going to be too important, because you're going to put in, like, you're going to basically get the sale price. So even if, let's just say you did 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is, whatever the MLS captures, right? I don't know how back the MLS goes, but you're controlling the sold price by putting in the sold price. So you know with confidence when you go and speak to this owner, they have equity. Unless they did a refinance or something, right? That's a different story. But if they bought it and they haven't done anything with it, you're going to control this. You know 100% that those 24 owners are going to have equity. So let's just use I got another address here. Let me go ahead and punch in this next address that I just got. My answer came in late. Close on 6/10. All right, cool, bro. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Let me do that. All right, so La Paloma Avenue and Alhambra. Let's do that. Alrighty, yeah, this one sold June 10th, sold for $735. It's a 4-bedroom, 1,600 square feet. Cool, so let's just actually pull it up so we can take a look at it. I like to look at the picture so we can kind of see what it is. All right, cool. Alrighty, so now we got this address. So we're gonna do the same thing again. We got the address, and we're gonna go back to the MLS, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna go to search. We're gonna make sure you click act, and actually you're just gonna click sold. And again, you go to 1/1/2000 through 1/1/2018. And then you're gonna put SFR because it's an SFR, right? It's 1,600 square feet. So I'm gonna drop that address in there, punch that in, click it. I'm gonna look on the map just to make sure that there's no like freeway stuff going on. Okay, so it's like all around here. So I might tighten it up a little bit. If you have a client that really wants to stay in that area, you might tighten it up here maybe within a half a mile. That way you can get closer results there. It is like across the street from a big area, but let's just say we stick with this little half-mile radius. Now we got 1,600 square feet as a square footage. So I'm going to use 1,500 square feet through 1,799. And this one is I think it's a single story, right? Let me see. Yeah, it's a single story property. Looks like it. Investment, lives like a triplex, main entry. Yeah. So this is an SFR, but it's like a triplex, or what's going on here? Hold on a second. Bonus room. Okay. So it's just like a divided house. Looks like it, because it's not a multi-unit, but it just looks like they divided up the house. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to look for an SFR with 1,600 square feet. So wanted to get the additional criteria. And then I'm also going to do one level because it's a one level. And let me see if there's anything else special about this property. It's built in 1922. Lot size is 6722. Built in 1922. So it's like, this one looks like it's kind of like a fixture. And it also has a 2-car detached garage. So I can also specify that in there, right? I can also put in there garage attached. I'm going to put no, that way it's detached. And then I'm going to put 2 garage spaces. And then we know that this sold for $735. So I'll knock off like 200 grand. I'm going to look for anything that's sold under 500 grand. Let me see how many searches we got. That's 12 searches. So now, these are the results. Boom. Look at all these properties with equity right here. This one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet, and sold for $185. You got this one, 417 North Palm, 1,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Right. This is actually you guys were looking at a 4. So are they, if they're stuck on a 4, I might adjust that too. I might say, all right, cool, I want a 4+. If that happens, then that means that there's nothing available in that search. So I might remove that. I might remove that. Let's see if that creates more searches. Yeah, this one just creates 1. So this, if I leave it like that with the 2-car garage, this would be that 1 search. So maybe that's that 1 property. Maybe this is your client's house right here. That creates a door knocking opportunity there. So if they're stuck on a 4-bedroom, you want to make sure that you do that. And I also tightened up the map a little bit, right? Tightened it up at a half a mile. So again, I can also go back out a little bit further, go out to a mile, and see if I got any other searches. So I got 10 there. So when I did that, I got 10 searches, right? So we got this one. This one is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet, built in 1911, sold for $379. So I can go to this guy and say, hey, I can offer you $735. What's up? Okay, cool. 3-bedroom is okay. But let's just say that you were looking at a 4-bedroom. This is specific, right? So this guy bought it for $379. You can make an offer for $735. You can go and door knock this guy on those. Oh, look, it's even my last name, Dos Robles, right? $379. You also got this guy. Looks like it's a different address. What? Let me see here. Yeah, 728. You got another one on Dos Robles. I'm like, man, that's interesting. This one sold for $385. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet, built in 68. It's a little bit newer. But again, you can offer them $735 all day. They got equity. They got double equity right there. This is another one on Dos Robles, $385 sold. This one on Concord, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1928, $415. Again, you can hit them up and say, hey, you know what? You sold your property. I can get you an offer for $735. So, and this is with a 4-bedroom. So if you open it up to a 3-bedroom, right, that's going to give you a much bigger list, I'm assuming. Let me see here. So you got 60 options. So this is kind of like if you guys spent your day mailing them, knocking them, sending them some, giving them a call, this is again an opportunity for you to create an opportunity when there's none, right? If you're a sitting duck and you're kind of just waiting around for the MLS, then you can go ahead and create it. Yeah, at least 1 listing for sure. Yeah, so look, you can take this address on Marengo, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet. I'm going to go ahead and use Fast People Search again. I'm going to type in that address on Marengo, right there. Alhambra, California. Actually, I didn't see who the owner was. Make sure you know who the owner is. So this one on Marengo, let's see who the owner is here. It looks like it is David Lamb. Boom. David Lamb right there, 60 years old. Look at the numbers, guys. These are all the phone numbers for David Lamb. So you could call David Lamb right now and tell him, hey, bro, I got an offer for you at $735. Are you interested in selling? I don't know about you guys, but that's super exciting for me. Like, you can just contact, and again, this is free stuff. You guys got access to it anytime. FastPeopleSearch.com. The other thing that I do is also use TruePeopleSearch.com. It works really similar. So anytime that you want to find somebody's number, you can literally just type in their name and add and city where you know they live, and this will give you like their phone numbers. Or if you have a phone number and you want to find their address, you can also, like, let's just say you have an open, like somebody that walks in an open house, or you meet somebody, they give you their phone number, you can type in their phone number in here, and this will give you their address of where they live. So, or you can just type in the address just like I've been doing, and then just make sure that you know their name from title. That way you can go ahead and make sure that you can. Okay, cool. So any questions so far? Any questions? And this this is like, because it's a very simple strategy, right? I hope you guys like it. I think it's all about creating win-win. So let me go ahead and pull it up here. I'm going to pull back my slide. I think I have like 1 or 2 more slides and we should be complete here, unless you guys have any questions. So again, win-win, your client gets the home that they want. You can retain the client and you can make double the commissions, possibly 3, and you represent the buyer seller. And then most likely if that seller needs another home, you could do the same exact criteria. So your activities, door knock and sticky notes, guys, work phenomenally. You guys don't have to go in, like pay for like a printing company and get like this glossy postcard. Literally, you get a sticky note and you say, "Hi, David. My name is Leo. I have a client for your property. Give me a call." Sticky note on the door. You will get more calls on that sticky note than you would on a professional like a flyer. I guarantee it, because they're going to know that you're real, right? Call the owners on Fast People Search. Also add the owners on social media. That's another way for you to try to get a hold of them. If you can't get a hold of them on the phone, if you can't get a hold of them when you knock on their door or leave something if they don't call you, try to add them on social media. And then create a strategy around it. Time block, right? I would just encourage you to pick a house a day and then do this reverse search and see, play with it and see what kind of results you can. But again, this has helped me to close out a lot of buyers, but especially a lot of listings, because the listings, what they want to do is that they want to work with a listing agent that is resourceful. So if you are resourceful, then the owner, like if I'm meeting with you as a seller and then I show you like this quick search, and I literally do this, what I just did with you guys, I do this in front of my seller. And they're like, "Oh my God, those are a bunch of options." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to go to work and get in front of them. That way I can find you that property off market." So they love it. And yes, you can add these customers. Like once you get their contact information, for those of you that are part of EXP, can add these customers to KV Core, and KV Core will find the social media profiles. So that is basically the presentation. It's like I said, a very, very simple process. I like to keep things very, very simple, and you don't have to buy anything extra. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Like I guess at this point, I just want to see if you guys got any ahas, any questions. If you guys want me to clarify anything, I'll be more than happy to stick around here for a couple of more minutes. Man, we're 43 minutes into this already. Time flies. But yeah, that's the strategy, guys. What do you guys think? Any questions, any comments, anything else that you guys want me to go in on? Might have answered this. It came late. I'll back. Oh, wait, that's this other question. Okay, cool. Thanks, bro. Appreciate the gold nuggets. Very interesting strategy. Very cool. And it's going to take work, guys. This strategy is not going to, I wish there was something you could just press a button and you get listings and buyers, right? Like right away. And there is, right? We got KV Core. KV Core does do that, actually. What am I saying? KV Core, you can press a button and you can get buyers and sellers. But off market, you're gonna have to do some of the legwork. You're gonna door knock them, call them, but get in conversation. Fast People Search, and this is the other thing for my investors in here. If you drive and you see an ugly house that needs a lot of work, use Fast People Search. Try to see if you can get their phone number. Give them a call. And that's another way for you to touch them. And you can leave them a sticky note, give them a call, but that's going to help you to get the investments as well. And then for the investments that you're looking for, and think about this, right? You guys are smart, so I'm pretty sure you guys are going to get a bunch of different ideas. But this is specifically also really important for like a development opportunity. If you guys have an investor that wants to buy in Arcadia, Monrovia, Los Angeles, like wherever, and you guys are looking for like an old tear down type of property, you guys can utilize this strategy, use Fast People Search, contact the owners direct, mail them, and you guys are going to have the exact criteria, because just like I used the criteria to look at the bedrooms, baths, and square footage, you can just specify the lot, right? Developers are more going to be interested in the lot size. So if a developer says, "Man, I just want an ugly house, I don't care what size it is, I want a 10,000 square foot lot," then go ahead and utilize this search and put in the lot size, and then look at all the solds and look at what you can make an offer on, right? You can talk to your investor and say, "Okay, cool. Like for a 10,000 square foot lot, you can actually look at a property. Like if you find a development that's already done and the development sold at 1.2 million, and it's a big house, but you know that they had a small house that they knocked down before, I would click on the tax records, find out what they bought it for, because it's going to tell you that. It's going to tell you what they bought that ugly house for, and then find an ugly house just like that, and then do what I just told you guys to do. You guys are going to get development opportunities as well. So that's basically it, guys. If you guys don't have any more questions, I will go ahead and conclude the webinar for today. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and type it in. And if not, I will conclude this webinar. So I'm going to stick around for another 30 seconds or so, guys. So cool. I'm just going to get a sip of water. But how we doing? How are we living, guys? How's everything going with you guys? Where can we find the video for reference for the future? Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to put it in the link tree. So for those of you guys that are part of EXP, I will put in the video in the link tree so you guys can look at it again for any future. But you guys are never going to lose a buyer again. Don't lose that buyer. Just do a little bit of work and you guys will be able to make it happen. So thank you guys once again. Create an extraordinary day. Appreciate you guys. Peace.